haven't done a video in so long together.
Alright, high five?
No.
Good energy?
Okay, good energy.
Yes.
Aww.
Alright, let's start.
I'm doing a video with my husband. I'm so happy. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
I'm waiting for you to stop so I can start. Hi y'all, I'm Gabriel. This is Christina, my wife. Together we are the Zachary Team. You are watching the Zachary Team channel on YouTube. Thank you for watching, by the way. We're both realtors here in San Antonio, Texas, and we've been doing this for a little bit of a minute here. So today you're going to be watching our 1-year update on EXP Realty, why we joined it,
why we left.
And why we left.
And the reason why we picked 5 reasons is because in one of our older videos, we will go over the reasons why we joined EXP. So if you want to watch that video first.
5 reasons why we chose EXP as our brokerage. With COVID these days, like who really wants to go to an office, right? Most of the brick and mortar places, nobody even shows up.
Shut them down. Yeah. It's going to be very different. I feel like we look different. The energy is different. But go ahead and watch that video so you can see why we joined EXP. But here we are to explain why we left. Like we said earlier, you're on the Zachary Team channel. We do a whole bunch of different videos for various reasons. They can be agent for videos for agents. They can be videos for buyers, videos for sellers. We're working on videos for investors as well, so be on the lookout for that. We have a zip code series. We do home tours, so anything real estate related, this is the channel to be on. And if you just want to watch us have fun, we also have a vlog series that we've started. So we're pretty fun. A day in the life of a realtor.
So if you have any questions about real estate or getting into the business of real estate, becoming a realtor, different brokerages, leave us a comment below or give us a call. Our phone number is also in the description. We would love to help and share our experience. We also have a few other videos specifically for choosing brokerage and getting into the business. I'll put links in the description. So
all right, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. All right, so in our previous video we discussed 5 reasons why we joined EXP. The 5 reasons were
culture, infrastructure, continued education, financial incentives, and for personal reasons.
Before we start the first one, a quick update. When we started real estate and joined EXP, we had an agreement together that we're going to give EXP 1 full year. Many companies or brokerages tried to recruit us during that period, and we were very stern on, no, we're going to give it 1 year. We want to give it its chance and see and learn. So this is exactly what we did. We gave it exactly 1 year. Today we're going to be discussing exactly what happened during this 1 year, our findings, our conclusion. But before we get to that, and that's why you should make sure you watch until the end, because that's going to be where the update or the conclusion is. We're going to go the drama. Yeah. We're going to go over the 5 reasons, just like a quick update in case you haven't watched the first video. Those 5 reasons why we chose EXP in the first place.
The first one being culture. It was pretty much the same as we expected the culture to be for EXP. I think EXP is a bunch of young, fresh, vibrant agents.
One of the main reasons why we chose EXP culture is because when we interviewed in other brokerages, more established brokerage, we felt like there was no collaborative or community culture. Every agent is for himself.
Yeah, it's very cutthroat and it's very every man for himself.
Whereas EXP, because of their model, once you join a group or a hierarchy of sponsors, they're more motivated to help you succeed. So therefore you can find more helpful or that hierarchy generated in general a sense of helpful culture between EXP agents. Like you can go on the EXP chat and you can ask a question and you'll find lots of people answering questions. We thought it was going to be more collaborative, and it was. We need to admit it was. There was a lot of helpful people. There was a disadvantage to it a little bit. We'll go into that later, but it was. Okay, reason number 2.
The infrastructure.
For the infrastructure, we liked how EXP is like up to date. It's cloud based. There's no office. Everything is online. Everything is more electronic. It was a little bit overwhelming, but we're going to go into that later.
That was the continued education that was overwhelming.
Yeah.
Which is reason number 3, which is continued education. When we first joined EXP, the continued education looked and seemed like a great idea. Not that it was a bad idea, but there was a lot of continued education, and we thought we would benefit from that continued education.
EXP, they have an academy, and it's online academy
It's
with
university.
EXP University, and they have so many trainings on it. They have so many recorded trainings, so many, like it's a lot of training and a lot of material and a lot of things to learn and to go through and to resources, which is awesome. It's wonderful, and it was exactly what we expected it to. It was a lot.
The 4th reason was financial incentives. We did like the EXP commission split at the time. We thought we would cap pretty quickly and we would reach that 70-30. So we thought that, and also the monthly dues were low in relative and in retrospect to other brokerages and what you had to do monthly dues. But we thought that, hey, 85 between the two of us won't be too bad, but we thought at the time it was a good idea.
So a quick recap, the financial structure in EXP. First of all, you have monthly dues for the services that they give you, such as KV Core and so on. That's 85 per individual. We were signed up as individual realtors, not as a team, because we felt like it made more sense at the time. So that was one cost, like $160 a month.
Like
$170 a month for both of us. And also the commission split was 80-20, but that's after your first 3 closings, because as a new agent you need to be in the mentorship program. Once you're in the mentorship program, you have to do 3 closings, and your mentor gets 10% of your commission on all of these 3 closings. So in retrospect, towards the end, you don't really make the 80-20, at least in the first 3 closings. And then there's fees at closing that you have to pay. So that also cuts down a little bit from your commission split. And that's just the commission. But also, if you have any people under you in the umbrella or whatever, whenever they close, you make a split of that from the brokerage side, not from the agent side.
So you would expect the mentors or people above you to want you to succeed and to want to put a lot of time and energy into you. So because if you make money and they make money, you would think that it would be like that. They would have some motivation under them.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the financial structure. There's also like some money that goes towards stocks and stuff like that at closing, or you can buy stocks as well. So in general, the financial structure seemed very interesting and seemed very lucrative at the time. So,
and the last reason was personal reasons. We tend, because I'm going to say it, I'm going to speak on your behalf, we tend to go with what I want to do, because my gut feeling usually is pretty right, it's pretty accurate, it's pretty on point. So we both felt good about EXP, and we just decided to take the leap and to just dive first, kind of head in.
Well, our business is mostly owned by my wife, and that's how we set it up. We wanted it to be a woman-owned business. I very much believe in her gut feeling. I believe in women's intuitive nature in general. So a lot of the times when I am in between or indecisive, I look at her and I'm like, what's your gut feeling telling you? And she tells me, and we usually go with her gut feeling. And so far it's been working for us. It's been working. We, all in all, now the conclusion for our year in EXP, I think it was a very educational year. I think it was the year that made us decide that we want to stay in the industry. Now we enjoy what we're doing. We no longer have that like fresh agent scent on us. Yeah, we've been through a few transactions to know a thing or two. In conclusion, we felt that EXP was not the right fit for us. So we left. We're no longer with EXP, and that's the office that we're in right now. And we're going to be doing
that in another video later.
We'll be doing another video next week, so make sure you tune in next week for why we joined the brokerage that we're with right now. Let's go over those 5 reasons again, and now give you the lowdown on
why we actually left EXP.
Yeah.
Let's go with reason number one, which was the culture, and that's kind of what I was getting into earlier, but I'm going to get into now, is the culture of EXP outside of EXP is kind of frowned upon. So let's say you're a Keller Williams agent and you get
you're meeting an EXP.
You're meeting an EXP agent. You're automatically going to assume, oh my gosh, here they're going to recruit me. They're going to try to get me to join EXP.
Here comes the sales pitch.
Here comes the sales pitch. They just want me to be under them, and they just want me to join them because they just want to make money off of me.
Yeah, which is not the case at all. We didn't join EXP for that reason. We're not interested right now in building a team. We weren't back then.
Well, it's not the case for us, but I know we both know some agents who fall into that.
And make it their business becomes
that's
recruitment.
Their business model. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it becomes recruitment rather than real estate.
And then of course when you join a team that is all about recruitment, what are they going to tell you to do? To recruit. So it's nothing but this kind of recruitment breath that you have on you, and it just puts a bad taste in some other people's mouths. So as us personally, we're not like that. We were not like that. We were just agents. But
we had to deal with that.
Yeah.
And another thing as well, EXP grew exponentially very quickly. Like I think they have like over 2,000 agents right now just in San Antonio. That led into a lot of people, such as ourselves last year, getting into the industry, not knowing a lot, not being very good. So also EXP got quickly known for agents that don't know what they're doing. Second reason, which we discussed, which is the infrastructure. So for the infrastructure, there's three things that we need to talk about: the onboarding, cloud base, and the fact that there's no office. So the onboarding, for starters, overwhelming. It was tedious. Like at least with Keller Williams, from the beginning, and they prep you the first 8 weeks. That's all you're doing. You're getting onboarded. You're going to classes from 8 to 5. But you finish these 8 weeks, and you're ready to go on your own. With onboarding, you get an email. It's organized and everything, but it's just too much. And we consider ourselves tech savvy. So for somebody who's new in the industry, or not so tech savvy, or older and not used to that, it would be just almost impossible to finish the onboarding. It took us 3 months just to figure out our heads from our tails and to get everything sorted out. So that's just the onboarding. And then you have the cloud base. The cloud base is really nice and cool. You have the EXP world where you have an avatar and you can walk around and you can do all sorts of things. And it is really cool. But it's also like stressful because so much on the cloud,
so
you just get overwhelmed.
You do get overwhelmed, and I think a lot of agents can thrive and prosper on something like a brick and mortar place. So I think the benefits of having a brick and mortar place also does add to the infrastructure, because you do have someone to go and talk to. You have a person face to face, like, hey, help me walk through this. And not that the cloud based isn't like that, but it's very like 8 to 5. But I feel like if you were to talk to a person, brick and mortar, you're more likely to get a personal number. Hey, text me or call me at any time, and all that.
Yeah, that's something that we had to learn. When we went into EXP, we thought the fact that there's no office, therefore the fees are less and all of that stuff is much better. But what we learned very quickly in the last year is that working from home puts way more stress on you, to time management wise, psychologically. You wake up, you don't have to go anywhere, you sit on the couch and you start working. You don't need to change, you don't need to take a shower.
You need to be very structured, very disciplined.
There's a lot of distraction. Well, let me just go and finish a load of laundry quickly. But when you're in an office, you wake up in the morning, you have a certain time that you wake up, you take a shower, get dressed, you look the part, and you get in your car, you go somewhere. There's more of a sense of structure and purpose that you don't have when you work at home, and that affected us big time. Like I was a little bit used to it because before we joined real estate, I was already working from home. But for Christina,
I hated it. So before real estate, like I was a cocktail waitress, so I was a model, so I was out working overnight, face to face,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And then it's like I always thought working from home would be
Yeah.
a really cool thing, and I realized that it wasn't.
Yeah, working from home is not for everybody. You have to be very homey and very comfortable, which again in this industry you can't be homey and
you can't be comfortable.
You need to push yourself and you need to go out and meet
If you
people and
have
stuff.
really high goals.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good industry to work from home, honestly. You get a lot of distractions. And having an office, speaking of, by the way, you get to meet a lot of people. Looks better when you're talking to a client and you're like, hey, come swing by
The office.
versus
or
like
a coffee
yeah.
shop all the time.
That was one of the major reasons also in infrastructure. Although it can work for other people, it did not really work for us. Not having an office, the cloud base was nice and everything, but when it came to education, and that's the next point, Christina is going to focus on that, it was just a lot to do, and the onboarding was too long.
Yeah, so as far as the onboarding not taking a bunch of time, I feel like continued education with EXP takes a long time. So there's the university, literally EXP University, and there's hundreds on hundreds of classes, not just like new classes, but recorded classes, and go here and do this, and like they literally have classes, I think, from 9 to 9 o'clock sometimes, just a huge slew of classes. And if you're not prepared and if you're not educated on what you should be doing, you don't know which class to take, you don't know which class to focus on, or which area you should be trying to get better in. The real estate industry is just overwhelming. It's just
very loud.
It's loud. It's such a loud industry with emails and phone calls and do this and this works and get this lead and get that lead, and then on top of that you have continued education that's like, pick me, this is the best education over here, this, and it's so unorganized and completely, it was completely tedious that we ended up doing no continued education. When we actually tried, it was kind of just this.
We felt it was a waste of time, honestly, because what would you rather be doing? Like sitting in front of the computer, listening to people talking about real estate, or actually going out and doing real estate?
And I know there's people that learn in different ways. There's 3 different types of learning, I know, but for us, we learn by doing. And on top of that, in order to learn how to do, you have to watch someone do it. So, which kind of brings into the mentorship program. When you sign up, you have to have a mentor, and that mentor should be prepared because you expect him to go a part of
If
this.
you're a new agent, if you're already existing agent, you don't have to, or like you're experienced agent, you don't have to have a mentor. But if you're a new agent or haven't had any closings in the past year, you have to have a mentor. For the first 3 closings that you have, or the first 3 transactions, you split your commission with the mentorship program and your mentor, so you end up with a 60-40 split instead of an 80-20 split. And the mentorship program, we understand that EXP were trying to do something good in order to have like agents train agent, but it's so easy to to become a mentor. All you have to do is just have a certain amount of closings during that year and to go through the course or the class, and then you get your certificate. So a lot of people did that just so they can get the passive income from the closings that other agents do, but they weren't really good mentors. They weren't like good coaches. In fact,
I feel like they weren't mentored to be mentors.
Yeah, in fact, actually, one of the mentors that we interviewed originally, unfortunately, we didn't go with her. Things could have been much different had we went with her, but we're still in contact with her, and we still go to her with whatever questions.
Every single transaction, I still turn to her, and I'm like, what should I do in this? What should I do in that?
She's so helpful. She's so resourceful, and she's always like there for us, you know. And she's not even our mentor, and she's not even in our own brokerage anymore. And she still does that.
Exactly.
And to us, that's what a mentor should be. Somebody that inspires you, somebody that motivates you. You know, we weren't very lucky with our mentorship program, and as a result, because of fees and the commission and all of that, the first year was not very financially rewarding for us. In fact, actually, we were starting to consider, do we want to even continue in real estate or not? But luckily, we agreed that we wanted to continue. We just wanted to find a better fit for us, and that's the next video that we're going to be talking which brokerage we ended up choosing and the office and all of that. But in conclusion, I would
think
say.
in conclusion, I think EXP is better for more experienced agents, but I think if you are a first-time agent and new, you need to find a good team.
Yeah, so the office, the mentorship program, and the cloud-based infrastructure.
Yeah, I know that why we ultimately left EXP was because of me. He wanted to kind of stick it out because he would be the one to have to change all of the marketing material. So I knew going when I first kind of mentioned it, planting the seed of leaving EXP, he wasn't super happy with it. He wanted to stick where we stuck, and I was like, I don't feel it. It doesn't feel right. But I ultimately was like, babe, this is my gut feeling. I think we need to make this move. It'll be so much better. I promise you. Just please keep following me and let's go this way instead. And he was like, okay, well, let's change this. Let's change the route.
I always go with our gut feeling, and she was right. It was the better move for us. We're much happier now. We're doing so much better already. This year, 2022, is going to be the year that we crush it. So anyway, this is our video and our reasons why we left EXP. Stay tuned for why we joined the brokerage that we're with right now. I'm Gabriel. This is Christina. We're the Zachary Team. You're watching the Zachary Team channel. 2 realtors in San Antonio, husband and wife team. If you like what you watched, please give us a thumbs up. It means a lot to us and it helps our channel. Also subscribe. It really does help our channel.
We love
make
the
more
support.
videos.
We appreciate the support.
We comment on we answer every comment that we get. So if you have any questions, leave us a comment below. If you're an agent, a buyer, a seller, an investor, we want to talk to you. If you're a fan, we want to hear what you have to say. If you want us to make more videos like this or any kind of different videos, let us know and we will definitely take it under consideration. And
you can like us on Instagram, Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, and of course you can subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and hit that bell notification. And call us 210-504-5301. Call us now. Call us today.
thank you for watching and have a good one.
And everybody say hi to Gabriel because he's in front of the camera now. Bye.